The number one thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and I've been waiting to see if anyone else brings it up. So I'm not so sure people are thinking about this, or maybe it's just because I pay so much attention to what's happening regionally. But the most interesting storyline in the whole Armbender to me is in you and John's match, and the reason that that's the case is because I feel like it is almost like the classic, the hard worker versus the natural, and not to say that, John in his, private life doesn't work hard, but he just arm wrestles, he doesn't, I feel like I've heard a million times that he doesn't do any specific training or anything for it. He just arm wrestles. He just shows up and arm wrestles. So
Yeah,
it's, like it's the hard worker versus the natural.
yeah, and they used to do that. They say that all the time. And in Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath used to always say it to his competitors, it's natural born talent for somebody who overworks hard. Phil Heath used to always say that he had the natural born talent, and they'd be the harder worker, but they wouldn't get the progress. So I like that, actually. That's going to motivate me there a little bit, because I would say that I definitely put in a lot of work in arm wrestling, especially this one.
And I think it's a really interesting storyline in arm wrestling in general, because there's so much debate between, like what's important in arm wrestling, or how much does the gym stuff count. Like you always see like people, like you'll post a video and there's always that one guy, it's like that, gym strength doesn't matter for arm wrestling or whatever. And it's like, for me, it's so clear, like when I do certain things, then I start seeing progression on the table. And then but people are so adamant about just not needing that gym time, not needing the cable lifts, not needing all the other stuff, they just show up and do your table time. And I just think that, maybe there are some people who can excel like that, but to me, it's like, well, what if John did the same stuff that you did in the gym? Would he be better? It's like, it's almost unfathomable for me to think that he wouldn't be,
Right. Well, you look at, Jody Williams said it actually pretty good on one of his podcasts. He posted a thing that was talking about John Brzenk was all table time. That's what he wanted. Yeah. Todd Hutchings, I'm not doing anything different than what Todd Hutchings is doing. The only thing is that probably tracks is a little bit better than mine, and they're going hard.
He's crazy methodical with it.
But he is, he's doing gym lifts primarily. Dave Chafee back in the day was a lot of bands and pulleys. That's what back.
He never does table time. He does it like once every 2-3 months. Yeah,
exactly. So I feel like they're high caliber arm wrestles in going any direction. Which direction will prevail the other one? I don't know. I feel like if I would do table time, considering the small group of guys that I have, if I was like just 100% table time, nothing outside of practice, even if I had to go put a practice at twice a week, we didn't do anything, I don't think I'd be as good as I am now. Yeah. I don't. Just because I don't have enough guys. And if I don't have enough guys, I can't be the 100% table guy. Now, John, I know he has a lot of people to train with. He's hitting tournaments constantly all the time. So maybe it is adequate enough for him to do that. Now, I can tell you fucking right now, come February 8th, we will find out if it's what he's doing or what I'm doing, So
yeah, and I understand too that there's some people who have jobs that they do stuff like I understand that something with his job, kind of helps train his hand and forearms a little bit or in some way. But yeah, no, just to me, and I think the gym also builds a lot of confidence, because like when you hit PRs and stuff like that, it feels good. And then that makes you feel more confident, prepared, because you just know you're stronger,
Yeah. I'm arm wrestling training right now, Andrew. I think I've said this one to you. I've sent it to a bunch of people. So I have practice Wednesdays, chest and shoulder, just gym on Thursdays, in between 4 activities, 4 sets. And I do reps of 8 to 12 always. And I do super pyramids. So you're always going up on weight every set. In between every set, I do an arm wrestling workout for 10 reps. And I do that Thursday. Friday's back. I do the same thing there. 4 activities, 4 sets. In between all the sets, arm wrestling workout. Arm day or legs is on Saturday. Legs, same thing in between there. Arm wrestling workout. Sunday is arms. I do arm workout, bicep, tricep, and then arm wrestling workout in between.
Wrestler. No, it is.
And then not only that, then I go to work. I have 5 stations set up at my office desk at work. And I do
my gosh,
Monday through Friday, and I do little 5-minute segments throughout the entire day So I'm doing 10, 15 sets all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent Dakota Shipton actually today all the crap that I did just today, and I repeated it like 5, 6 times. Like, it's just, I love doing that stuff. And the thing is with it is that, and I'm probably talking you off here, people
You're
want
good. Go.
to know,
Yeah.
they're going to find out. I am always running at 70, 80%. And that anybody who talks to me, I go to practice. So I'm doing this stuff at practice. I'm pulling Nathan Johnson with weighted stuff in my hand, and I'm running 80%.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always like that. Now, when it comes time to game day, like even practice or even tournaments, when I did tournaments this year,
Just try to stay below the red line.
More as a practice. I wasn't going, I mean, of course I'm going there to try to win and kick some ass, but I'm not like, okay, I'm going to step back 2 weeks before all that. No, I lifted weights all the way up until like the Tuesday before the tournament. And then I would do blood flow for like 3, 4 days and then go and do the tournament.
Yeah.
So like now, like Jamie Sheldon last year, I switched everything up. I took 2 weeks off of I did the second week up to the match was gym lifts and then blood flow for arm wrestling. And then the last week was just blood flow, no gyms, no gymming at all. And it worked out awesome. I showed up 100%. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I will show up 100%. And then you see all my freaking crap that I post and I send you and I send everybody. I'm not afraid to post everything. Everybody knows what I'm doing. They know what I'm lifting. John can go online and see everything I've lifted. So I'm not hiding anything. All of those things that I'm maxing on, you go and look, I do 2 to 6 reps of my max. So is it really my max? Do we really know the potential of where Clifton fucking Erickson's at? We don't.
No, not unless you're hiding those maxes from us.
That's about, once John watches this, he's going to be laughing his ass off because he's been wanting me to talk shit so much, and this is about the best I got.
It's okay. No, I think that there's something to be said about just doing the work and then wanting to show up and, find out on the table what's going on. Because there's times where I think, some back and forth, like we don't need to be singing Kumbaya to each other or anything like that. But some of the stuff is getting a little too far, and I understand it's about right now having viral moments makes you popular. So people kind of act out a little bit and try to see if something sticks, But one of the things that bothers me the most in the sport right now is kind of like Devin turning heel, Because when I first was getting into arm wrestling was on his come up to Monster Michael Todd 1 back in 2020, but when he was supposed to face Levon, but then it couldn't happen. So they ended up being Monster Michael Todd versus Devin. And I remember watching the videos where, he would just be staring in a mirror and shaving his head.